Good morning. Okay, we're going to start decorating. What I want to do is kind of get things organized so that we're not digging too much. And then that's my extra one down there. Okay, of course, we're not decorating the cover. We're going to just get started on the inside. And we're just going to start right here with the pocket. And I'll pull out everything that I need, and then I'll show you, and also where I did add foam tape. Hi, Donna. Well, that is rare, but I'm really glad that you are here with us 2 days in a row. How fun. Okay, so we have good times and tan lines, and then we're going to be working from our chipboards that like to start falling out. So where's my bag cover? See, that's what starts happening. That's why I just pull them out and they go into my extra bin that's over here, because it's really not worth fighting them. And I want to take out the Jeep. These two items, I did not like pop them up because I didn't want them to catch on our flap here. And I will put down my Jeep first, and then I do a little overlapping there, just a little bit. Some of the pieces, I can't remember. No, I did not. I did not ink the edges. Whoops, but you certainly can. So we'll put our Jeep down first, and then our chipboard will go on top. So use chipboard, and then, okay, and then we'll have some waves. Hold those down for just a minute. Now the waves are going to be, they're not chipboard. Hold on, am I going crazy here? It's those, yes I am, here they are. They were from the ephemera pack. They are, so they're more of a cardstock. And what I did is I'm just going to put this down here, and I did cut it. And whoops, okay, let's not fall off the desk, everything. couple things we need from our I never can remember these laser cut elements. I gotta remember that. So laser cut elements. I want the flowers down here at the bottom. And then I took, we have two that are very similar. This one has more drinks though. So I took the smaller. This we do put up on foam. And then we want, there's a little sign, relax, refresh, and enjoy. Super cute to start our vacation. And then we want the chipboard, hello summer, which will go across the top. And these are all, we put these all on foam tape. So it's really good to have a variety when working on these, any of the projects nowadays. Well, good morning, Christina, is our foam tape strips. I do use my big foam, which I call this one my big foam. It's twice the height of these. So you can see the difference. And then the little squares. So just a wide variety really helps. And I found your strips work really well, and I usually use 2 strips at a time, work really well on the words of 49 a Market. And I do like to go with 2 rows. And I need to just bring in, I had some thicker ones. I mean, they were wider, not thicker. I need to bring them in because they have been out from the company I buy them from, but they're supposed to be back in stock soon. So I will get those in. We want some on there. Now this little guy, who's a little tricky, but we are going to first, what we do is we first will be attaching this to our little hut, and then I'll add the foam as a unit. But let's put this down, our title at the top, and then we'll know exactly where everything is going to be placed. So I'm just going to put this right up in the tree. We have the tweezers available. Okay. This goes, I put mine almost to the edge, about 1/2 inch from the bottom. So you can place your floral. So I did it so my stem is hidden. And we're just going to attach that. Then we don't have to try and poke it down and miss the foam, and it just becomes one. Trying to see which foam tape I used. I used the round ones. I have to get some more out here soon. So this one is up on the round, and you'll get these in your kits quite often when I do kits. Actually, I try to send some of everything. And I never check before I start my live to see that if I'm out. I need to get some more in here. Let's see here. And if you're local, we do have these ones in the store right now because the girls did get those put together and bagged. So we do have them in the store, I think. Maybe I shouldn't say until I check because I know we have the flatter ones. Yeah, I'm kind of heavy-handed there, I know. Okay, now on the wider parts where it won't show, let's place up on the florals because it needs stability. Let's see, I think I'll put a small one here and there just to give it some stability. Well, good morning. Okay, let's get the backs off. I'm going to add a little glue down to the stems. Okay, it goes almost, I put mine almost over to the side. And our little sign, you do need, I do want it popped up. You don't have to, but if you do, you'll need some smaller, or the foam tape is probably going to work better. I mean the foam strips. Oh, Charlotte, come here. Move, honey. Okay. Yeah, I really should take these out to work on it. It makes it easier. There we go. Just when you think you have everything organized on your desk, you don't. And I need to make sure I don't knock our video off, which I have done in the past. We need a frame, a big frame. I'm going to lay those there because we use a lot of those. I'm going to use this one of these bigger ones, and they are, well, they're almost the same. This one has a piece of wood here and just a little one right there and one in the corner. And we need to mat the back of it with white cardstock. Or if you're using craft, you can also use some craft cardstock. And we'll leave it open, of course, for our photo. So let's cut a piece that's 4 inches by 4.5. Oh, and I got my new glasses this morning, and I can see so much better. I tell you, I could have gotten them last year, and I thought, no, I'll just wear my old ones and not spend the money. And I'm like, boy, I should have gotten them last year. Okay, so there's our frame, and it just barely fits over. Whoops. So we're just going to put a thin line on the edge of our one side because we want to leave this, there you go, so that it will flip open for your picture. And then you can do your gluing after. You put your photo in if you'd like. Oh, wrong one. I now have two glue bottles, one with the tip, one without. And I'm not having to fight with my glue bottles anymore. Let's get this straight. So I'm putting this corner an inch from the bottom. We are just gluing down that white. And then what happens is you slide your photo in when you're ready. And then you can permanently glue it down if you like, or leave one side open. Or I usually don't change my photos though. Once they're in, they're in. Okay, let's find our sailboat, not a sailboat, but it's a rowing boat, and it looks like it's kind of a deserted one. We're just going to put that on the corner. It looks popped up, but it's not because the frame's not down yet. And then I took my strip word, seashells by the seashore. Remember, I need to practice that. Let me tell you. Just adding my glue there in the corner. Oh, and my boat wants to go sailing already. There we go. Now let's get into those rub-ons. I did the rub-ons on the tab, and it doesn't really. I had used yellow, but the yellow ended up not showing up very good. And then let me show you. I used the word cool. Let's see what I used. So we have cool and daredevil in the blue, and then in the orange I had already done sensational, and then sunny, because the main thing is we want little words. And then I got to looking up here. So I'm going to use the word aloha because I know this little album is going to be full of some Hawaiian pictures. So like this section, my granddaughter, she can do her Hawaii photos. And then the middle section, they also go, oh, come on, what are paddleboarding? Then they can have a paddleboarding section. And then when they go tubing down the river, which we've got pictures of that. And so the album can kind of be divided into threes if you want. I'm going to use aloha, and it's kind of a green, but remember, it has to be the small words. And how about, let's see, seaside, if seaside will fit. I think it will. If not, you can cut words in half, but I don't want to cut these in half. And I want to put aloha here. So I do like to use a little bit sharper of a bone folder. And goodness, do clean up the word. If there's any other, see, I cut off a little bit of one above it. It will pick up if you do. Or I'll even use the back of this. This works good. This is the tricky part. And you just want to make sure you got it all down. If not, you'll just have to rub a little bit more. So that can be her Aloha section. We'll just leave that out. And then flip it over. I'm going to trim that down some more, make sure it will fit. Yes. So Seaside does fit, and you'll be able to see it much better. Of course, the yellow might blend in to the craft. Sometimes the paper will just pop up, and then sometimes it just won't. So that's when I am careful when removing the top. That's not down. Keep a finger on it in case you don't want to bring it up all the way. Okay, come on. And there we go. We have Seaside. It might be a little sticky at first, but then it's not sticky after a while. Okay, I'm going to take this one completely out. We have some rub-ons that we're going to put on. I have a surfboard with the surfs, and happiness comes in waves. So the happiness comes in waves is right here at the top. And then I took this one right here. The colors on these are so gorgeous. And you do have some orange splatters around your surfboard. So cut that out. And then we want happiness comes in waves. Like I mentioned in, I think, our first video, the farm one she did years ago, I actually put on a dresser at the store a desk, and they're still there after 2 years. All right. And what's nice is you can just rub these. See, they'll go on the photo mat a little bit, maybe, depending on placement of this. This is shorter than this one, so it had more room, but it doesn't interfere because it's not a bulky element. And then just go slow. Okay, and then happiness comes in waves. I mean, you can even put this over a fold, and it won't affect it. That's pretty nice too. And you can really make it look like a background. If you use a great big one, and then put your photo mats on top, that would look cool. This one still feels a little tight. Yeah. It adds so much. I just love it. And then we don't have anything else on here for now. We're just going to put a chipboard on the front. And let's find Basking in the Sunshine. Another thing, see, this is going to hold, it'll hold the cover down. It adds that weight and keeps it in place. Just hold that for a second. So this has two different things. We have rub-ons, and if you remember, we cut off our strips from our paper. We want the one with all those bottles on it. The words. It'll be your border strip. And some have different words on them. And I know I saved it because I put it in here. There it is. So I'm going to use this one. And then I use from our cut apart. And I'm going to put a little white matting in here so that we can use this as a photo spot. You can put a photo inside of there. And then we want our rub-on that says Splashing Time, and it has a mini one of those. Oh, Splashing Good Time. Oh, hey, I just noticed I must not have gotten the word good. on my original one. So we're going to cut out. I must have not noticed that when I was rubbing it down. And then we're going to need a thing for the back. And we want, remember, you can't stop the waves. Okay, and it's right underneath where we just cut out. Remember that you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. Oh, honey. You guys, my poor Charlotte, she just scratches, she's scratching her, you know, her jowls, her face, right on her lips. I don't know if she's got herself a little allergy or I need to Benadryl her at night. Come here. Let me see. She won't stop scratching around her face. Let's prep this first with a piece of white cardstock. And what I'm going to do here is just lay it so it looks pretty good. Okay. I'm just going to cut it. It will look terrible on the other side, but nobody will see it. See? Let's have it go this way. So I've got a corner here. I'm just going to add my glue to hold it to the graphic. And once you put your picture in there, it'll be fine. Cute photo spot. No, don't come up yet. And then splashing good time. Oh, you know what? The good is there. Okay. I just noticed that it's orange on orange. So it is there. That will just unfortunately blend in. I didn't notice that when I first put that down. The rub-ons aren't quick. Many years ago, I used to make wooden birdhouses, and my dad would build them, and I'd decorate them. And oh, I loved the rub-ons because I couldn't toll paint. Remember toll painting, you guys? And I don't care what they say. You have to be an artist to toll paint. So the rub-ons gave it that painted look, and then I would just seal it. And oh my gosh, that was like 25 years ago. And I'm really glad they brought them back. I like them. Okay, that side is done. Now on the back side, this is going to be 6 inches. You can either cut it with the mat, or we can just pop it in here and cut it at 6 inches. I like to cut it hair over 6 and then trim if it's too long because I don't like it too short. So this piece I will ink up. I'm going to go 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. Not exact, but close. And then the rub-on goes on the outside, okay? That way, the photo won't be in the way. You won't cover it with the photo. So if you put a photo on, you're still going to have this really nice saying on the back side. And we're going to place it so it looks like it's right on top. Got it too close to that edge. And I still got it too close to that edge. Okay, one more time. Now where it lands, it stays. There we go. See, keep that finger there, so you may have to go back. Put him back in, and then we have two things. We have a little ticket with the seagull to kind of take away from our seagull upside down. There it is. Kind of blends in. And I just put that on the corner. Charlotte, honey, no. And I'll use my glue dots for that. I hate when that happens, and I'm not going to waste those. So that's covered up. And then I used another rub-on to kind of even that out. And I'm going to use where the ocean kisses the sky. Okay, it's on this corner, so we're just going to now separate these two. Right there on that corner. It's all right. I don't know if Charlotte's nervous. Well, good morning, Tony. I don't know if Charlotte's nervous or she just is over here scratching. It breaks my heart. It's time to call that. But I don't want to put her on like medication, and that's what they'll want to do. I need to put her on a probiotic. Maybe. Oh, honey, stop. righty, we're done. Okay, our next one. I'm going to take this completely out. And you want salty hair and sandy toes from your chipboards. And I have it hanging over the edge. And again, it's for weight. And then we want our larger, so you'll notice how much larger this one is. And I didn't put white behind it. And then we want a pair of sunglasses. And those are going to come from these. And the ones I chose is right above the umbrella. And then we're going to have a rub-on. Going that way. And then inside of here, remember the 3x4, we had some of those cut aparts left over. I did tuck them down in on this one. And then I'll take them out and show you, because I won't dig through here right now. But let me show you. So I just inked the edges. And then this is going to be our tags. We'll pull out here in just a minute. And then we'll pop that into the pocket. Let me grab the tag with the Jeep. And then I'll go back and put my cards in there. And then our sunglasses. And the rub-ons. We want, it's a really long saying. My future's so bright, I've got to wear shades. And that's perfect. And we're just going to take that right across that graphic there. So you can keep this. Oh, you can keep this only because, let me show you. Oh, I don't know if this will, oh, it won't. They've made it, because that Beach Vibes would have been cool to have an extra rub on there. I know, I'm cheap. I'm always looking for extra things we can use.